This is a very brief yet fairly horrifying story that you should all take notice of. You see, I was prompted to make this video because I received an email overnight offering me a free internal security camera that you can access on some kind of app. Only it's from some brand that I've never heard of, and that's not to say that all third-party brands that I've never heard of are not safe. However, the story it reminded me of to tell you is as follows. One such couple did exactly this, and they bought one of these baby cams to watch their baby overnight to see what was going on. By chance, the lady woke up in the middle of the night and heard a voice in the other room. For some reason, she thought it might be her husband, having gone to the other room to see the baby, but then turned over and he was still there in bed next to her. So she woke him up and they both got up, went into the baby's room, and they heard this voice talking to their baby. And you've probably guessed it by now, it was coming from this webcam, which was a third-party, fairly unknown brand that they bought on the cheap. In a panic, obviously they disconnected it from the mains, but forgetting that it was on battery power. So it was still actually powered up, and the voice kept on talking to them. So the husband took greater action and smashed the thing. But this just goes to show that when you bring any device into your house, it could these days have a listening device, a camera device, and perhaps a GPS device and all sorts of things. And these things can get so small these days that you've got to be very careful who you invite into your home and what items you bring into your home, because any one of these could be listening to you, even watching you, and you might never suspect them if they are hidden within a device that's made by a third-party unknown brand. And let's face it, even some of the very well-known brands have had their own controversies as to whether the devices are listening to us or not, although most of those have been debunked. Let's say you just happen to go on a well-known social media platform and then see adverts for something that you've been discussing around the house. You might be convinced that these devices are listening to you, and to some degree they might be, but it's much more likely that your online browsing habits and search habits have actually informed the advertising network as to what you're interested in at that current moment in time, thus offering up the adverts to you. But that's not to say that there aren't occasions when these devices are listening to you, picking up keywords and serving up these adverts. Of course, I'm not saying that based on any kind of research, but these are the theories that go around, and I think we'd be naive to think that that's not possible. So let me know in the comments any experiences that you've had. Have you, for example, been talking about getting a pet recently and then suddenly see all these adverts popping up for food and different guides and things like that? I can certainly speak for that experience, but I know that we were searching around online for different guides and training videos and these kind of things. So all of this information does get sucked up by the advertising networks, and they do know a lot about you in order to serve up these ads. But let this be a warning to you for bringing these devices in from completely unknown brands. Personally, I don't trust them. Thanks for watching.